beautiful people, welcome back to my channel once again. Today's tutorial is going to be the making of the kimono dress. Okay, just a simple kimono dress. So in this tutorial I'll be showing you the tips and tricks to making your kimono free dress for an accurate fit. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, okay, just below. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Okay, you can also turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this that comes up every week. And for those who has been with Simbright Fashion Academy YouTube channel, thank you very much for staying by, and thank you for stopping by as well. So to begin this tutorial right away, you can see I've already made my lines. I have my border lines, which is the shoulder line and the center front and center back line. So this line in here is going to serve as my center front and my center back, because I'm drafting this kimono dress in one piece. So the first thing we want to do is our vertical lines, and these vertical lines, as you can see me right here, which I've drafted, you can see my shoulder line right here. And on this shoulder line, I took all my vertical measurements right from the shoulder. This is my chest line at 9 inches. This is my under bust, my bust point at 10.5 inches. And you are going to see why we are making use of our under bust line. And this is my waistline at 17 inches and my hip line at 26. Then I have the full length of this kimono dress. Okay, so you can see the full length in here. I have the full length at 46 inches, including my hemming allowances. Okay, all right, so that is what you need for your vertical measurement. And you can see I named them chest, bust point, waist, hip, and full length. Okay, so you can also see some figures I have in here. So to save us the stress of calculating bust circumference divided by 4, waist circumference divided by 4, I just did my calculation and I dropped the calculated waist, hip, and bust. Okay, so that's what you need to do to save yourself some time in drafting. All right, so the first thing once we are done with the vertical measurements, the next thing we want to do is to insert our horizontal measurements. And the first horizontal measurement I want to insert in here is the shoulder measurement. So my shoulder is 16 inches from the center front, center back line. I'm going to make a mark of 16 divided by 2. And this is 8 inches. As you see, I've dropped my 8 inches. So the next thing I want to do is the neckline. The neckline I'm using for this kimono dress is 4.5 inches by width. And you can see the 4.5 inches I've already marked in here. So this is my neckline for the kimono dress for the back. Take note, I'm drafting the back first because we are drafting both the back and the front on one piece. So now the neck depth I want to use for this kimono dress at the back, I'm making use of 1.5 inches. So the 1.5 inches, you can see me mark there. So I want to connect the neckline for the kimono dress right now for the back. So this is the neckline right now for the kimono dress for the back. This is what I have at the back. Now I want to measure the sleeve of this kimono. So the kimono sleeve is going to run from the shoulder line. Okay, and I'm going to measure from that point of the shoulder to 8 inches. Okay, so this is my 8 inches point of this sleeve. So that is where my kimono is going to drop. So I'm going to come down from that point right now. I'm coming down from that point with 1 inch, and this is my 1 inch point. So I'm going to take this 1 inch slant, shoulder slant right now. I'm connecting it all the way to the neckline. Can you see? So this is what I have in here. So I changed my marker. I'm using my blue marker for this kimono sleeve drop. Okay, so you can actually come down from here by 2 inches if you actually want your kimono to drop, you know, the slant, the slope line to drop, you know, very appropriately. So but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll just come down by 1 inch. So having done that right now, the next thing, remember I said this is the back kimono we are drafting first. So the back kimono is as in the neckline. So this neckline right now is for the back. Now I want to also insert the neckline for the front. So the neckline for the front is going to be at 4 inches. Okay, so this is my mark of 4 inches. You can also make use of 4.5 inches, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm using 4 inches for my front neckline. Okay, so right now I'm going to take the neckline. I'm drawing the neckline right now, as you can see. So you can see this is exactly what I have for the neckline. So I have 1.5 inches for the neck depth and 4 inches for the neck width. You can also come down by 4.5 as you desire, and the width is 4.5. You can also go in by 5 inches, so it's all your choice. So right now, the next thing we want to do right now that we've gotten this, we want to take the measurement of our bust circumferences. So for the bust circumferences, you can see I already have my figures here calculated. On the chest line, that is where I'm taking my bust circumference, and on the chest line right now you can see I have 9.25. that is my bust circumference divided by 4. That is what I have as 9 1/4. So this is the 9 1/4 mark right here. You can see that. So I'm going to add 1 inch to this 9 1/4 for ease. Remember, this is not your seam allowance, this is your ease allowance. You know it's a kimono free dress, so it actually needs to be free. So the next measurement I want to insert right now is the waist measurement, and you can see I have 7.75. So on the waistline, I'm going to measure 7 3/4, which is 7.75. And this is where I have my mark, and I'm adding 1.5 inch for ease. 1.5 inch for ease. Okay, so right now I want to connect my lines. Right now I'm connecting from my chest line to my waistline, because this kimono is going to have some kind of shape. Okay, so you can see I've inserted the shape right now. So coming over to the hip, I have a hip calculated hip divided by 4 is 10.5. So I'm going to place my 10.5 right here and make my mark. So this is my 10.5 mark, and I'm adding 1 inch to my hip. Please take note of what we are adding, the ease allowances. For the bust, I added 1 inch for ease, and for my waist I added 1.5 inch for ease, and for the hip I added 1 inch for ease. Okay, so having added 1 inch for ease for the hip right now, I'm going to connect my hip right away. I'm connecting it to the waist, as you can see. All right, so whatever thing I have on the hip right now, that is what I'm going to transfer all the way to the full length. So I'm going to take the measurement of everything I have on the hip right here, and I have 11.5. So I'm going down to the full length right now, and I'm going to measure 11.5. So this is my 11.5 line, and I'm going to connect the 11.5 line on a straight line. Okay, so I'm connecting a whole straight line, connecting it all the way to my hip line, as you can see. So you can see my kimono dress is ready from the chest line right now to the full length. So the next thing I want to work on right now, we are working on the sleeve part, and we'll be done with this kimono. Like I said, it's just a free dress. It's as simple as this, okay, very free. There is no zipper allowance added to it. The neckline is supposed to enter your neck, okay, and with these allowances you can easily wear the dress without any issues, okay. So this part of the center front and the center back will be cut on fold, okay. So when cutting it, you have to cut it on fold. That is, you have to fold your fabric for the front and fold your fabric for the back. So now to complete this kimono right now, so you can see right here we have the shoulder drop. So on the shoulder drop right now, I'm going to measure the armhole circumference divided by 2, and the armhole circumference divided by 2 falls on my chest line. So I'm going to extend my chest line right now, because that is where my armhole circumference divided by 2 falls. So I've extended my chest line. But then from the chest line right now, I'm going to come down, okay. I'm going to first of all connect with a broken line, okay. I need to connect a straight line first. From the point I have my sleeve, I'm connecting a straight line, or I will just make a mark at that point, because I'll still have to come in by 1 inch. The sleeve is not going to be straight on that part. I'm going to come in by 1 inch and connect the sleeve in this manner. Please take note of this. This is very important, because after stitching your sleeve, if you connect straight, you notice there are some, it goes up, you know, why this other part goes down. So to equalize both of them, you come in by 1 inch and then connect to this sleeve. So this is what I expect you to have at this point. So now, since we have this at this point, from this point I'm going to come down again. I'm coming down by 1 inch before we finally connect, okay. So I'm extending my sleeve by 1 inch, because this is a kimono dress, so I have to extend, okay, by 1 inch. So right now, at this point of my extension of 1 inch right now, I'm going to connect with a kimono curve, okay. You know the usual kimono curve you have in most kimono dresses. So I'm going to place my pattern master. You can see how I placed my pattern master to connect this kimono dress. So make sure you don't have it this way, okay. So you keep positioning your ruler to have a good curve at that point. So from that point, you connect into the bodies like this. Can you see? So this is actually how we come to the end of this tutorial. This is our kimono dress, and the kimono dress is ready, as you can see. So all we need to do right now is to cut off this kimono dress, because we have it properly drafted. So I'm going to cut, and you are going to cut on your fabric. Of course, I'm not showing the part of cutting. It's a simple dress, okay. So once you have your pattern placed on top of your fabric, cut the back piece neckline first. Everything remains the same for front and back. So like I said, on the center front where I'm cutting right now has to be placed on fold. So once you cut your fabric, your first fabric should be the back, and the back should be this neckline I'm cutting right now. So you can see this is the back neckline. I've cut it already, and I'm going into the shoulder slant line, okay. Then this is the sleeve part I'm cutting right now, and then I'm cutting into the kimono sleeve, okay. Then I'm going into the bodice kimono. From there, I'm coming down to the kimono full length. So this is exactly what I expect you to have as your kimono. So this is what you are going to cut for your back kimono. Okay, so like I said, you can increase your neckline if you wish. You can even go at 5 inches, 5.5. okay, you can also make the two necklines equal. Okay, you can go by 5.5 width for the back and 3 inches depth for the back, and the same thing for the front and for the back. You can also vary them as we just did, 4.5 by width and 1.5 by depth. And the front we had 4 inches. You can also go by 4.5 inches. It all depends on you by 4 point. But all we are doing here is to ensure you have your head enter into this kimono. If you go by 3 by 3, your head will not enter unless you need a zipper at the back. And of course 3 by 3 is a high neck. Okay, so I always advise you increase your neckline. If you are not having a zipper at the back for your kimono, please increase your neckline. Okay, increase the neck width and increase the neck depth so your head can enter. And you also need ease. Just as we added this ease to the bodies right now, the ease to the bodies will also give you a perfect, allowance for you to wear this free kimono dress. Okay, so I believe you actually benefited from this tutorial. And sometimes you want to add a pocket. Okay, we have this usual pocket that kimonos always have, and this pocket is being stitched in front, right in front of the kimono. So for you to achieve that, all you need to do is this. You have to come down from your waistline by 2 inches. So once you come down by 2 inches, that is where your pocket is going to start. Okay, and then from the center front you have to also go in by 3 inches. Okay, that is, you come down by 2 inches. From center front you go in by 3 inches, and from the center back you also come in by 2.5 or 2 inches. Okay, so you can see I have my pocket already from 2 inches from the side and 3 inches from the front. So you have your pocket. Okay, so we have our pocket length. Okay, you can also extend at 6 inches. It all depends on what you actually want for your pocket. So we can make it 6 inches from that point and drop it to the hip line. Can you see? So that is your pocket design. Okay, so actually this pocket, the most important thing is coming down from the waistline so you can put in your hand on your pocket. But as for the length of the pocket, it all depends on you. So the length of the pocket I have in here on the hip is 7 inches. Okay, you can also make it 8 inches. Okay, we can just come down a little below the hip at 8 inches from that point. Okay, for our pocket extension. So this is what you are going to have for your pockets. You can see that. All right, so this is the pocket that comes with the kimono. That is the pocket that comes in front. So you can also make the pocket facing at 1.5 inches. Okay, maybe with a different material you can design the pocket facing. Okay, so this is the facing of the pockets. All right, people, so you have to go now and add your seam allowances on your fabric for this beautiful kimono dress. So this is how we come to the end of this tutorial. So if you love this content, please kindly subscribe, Turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this each week. Like this video, share to family and friends. Drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well, okay? And I'll also be dropping the link to our WhatsApp group online classes on the description box below. The description box below is right below this video on your right hand side, which is my left hand side right now. Okay, so click on the arrow pointing down on this video to find the description, so you can click on the link to join our WhatsApp group. So thank you very much for coming once again. See you in my next video. Bye.